Hello everybody, Sir Beaton here, and welcome back to another past paper practice video. And in this video, we will be looking at a pattern and sequence question, so let's head straight into this question. So the question says, a sequence of patterns is made of dots and lines of unit lengths. Some of these lines form squares. The forestry diagrams in the sequence are shown below. So we have diagram 1, diagram 2, diagram 3, and it says add more lines and dots to the diagram below to show diagram 4 of the sequence. So let's look at the pattern in diagram 1. So diagram 1 we have here, and then we see we added on another square and another line, and the pattern will go on. So for diagram 4, we have to do the same thing. So we draw in a square, and then we draw up a line, and we put in a dot. We draw up a line here, we draw down a line, and we put in another 2 dots. And that will be diagram 4, as easy as that, nice and easy marks. So the next question says, the number of dots D and the number of unit lines that form each diagram L form a pattern. The values for D and L for the forestry diagrams are written in the table below. Study the pattern of numbers in each row and table. So complete the rows numbered 1, 2, and 3. So you have the diagram, we have the number of dots and the number of lines, and let's, we try to figure out a pattern of how to move from here to here, and so on. So let's go. So we are at 4. So let's look at how we move from here to here. Or let's see how we move from here to here. A pattern, it looks like a pattern here. So let's see, we added 5 and 5 plus 3, we added 3. And then we added another 3 to get 11. So that means to move to 4, we need to add 3 again. So nice and easy. So 11 plus 3 would give me 14. And let's see if the pattern continues. So let's see how much I add to get to 15. Let's see if I add 7 to this, I'll move again. So 7 plus 15 is 21, so I add 7 again. So that means to move to here, I'll add 7. So 22 plus 7 would be 29. So nice and easy 2 marks. But then we saw that, we skip some and we jump all the way to 59. Now, if you have time, you can skip and jump until you see when you'll meet 59. But to make our work easier, we try to find the formula for n to get these 2 here, and then we can go back. To this one at the top. So let's try to find the pattern. So let's see. We have 1 and we have 5. Let's see how we can move from 1 to 5. So we see we added 3. So let's say it must be 3 something. So let's try to multiply by a number and see if we'll get it as easy as that. So let's multiply by 5. We get that holds for that. Multiply by 5, it doesn't hold here. So let's try multiplying by 4 and adding 1. So 1 times 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 times 4 plus 1. That cannot work. So let's try multiplying by 3 plus 2. So 1 times 3 would be 3 plus 2 would be 5. 2 times 3 would be 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 times 3 would be 9 plus 2 would be 11. 4 times 3 would be 12 plus 2 would be 14. So indeed that works. So for this one here to be n times 3 would be 3n plus 2. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 is 8. And let's move on to see how we can get this one here now. So for this one, we see that we're adding 7. So let's see if we can do something with 7. Let's see if we can multiply this by 7 and add something to get this here. Let's see if our luck will strike, because we have 3 and we multiply by 3 and we added 2. So let's go. 1 times 7 would give me 7. So 7 plus 1 would give me 8. So 2 times 7 would give me 14. Plus 1 would give me 15. So 3 times 7 would give me 21. Plus 1 would give me 22. So it's holding. So 4 times 7 would give me 28. Plus 1 would give me 29. So it's holding. So it would be n times 7 plus 1. So n times 7 would be 7n plus 1. And that is what we can find for any others here. So I have my 2 marks. So now I can go and fill in the rest to get the other marks. So for this one, I see it will be 3n plus 2 is equal to 59. So 3n would be equal to, since 2 is adding, take it over, subtract. 59 subtract 2 would be 57. So n would be equal to 57 divided by 3. Hence n is equal to 19. So here would be 19. And to find from here, it will be 7 times 19 plus 1. So 7 times 19 would equal to 133 plus 1 would be 134. And that is how we get all of the marks here, as easy as that. The next question says, one of the diagrams in the sequence has 148 lines. Calculate the number of dots in this diagram. So in this diagram, we had 148 lines. So we want to find the number of dots. So we have 148 lines, and we know the formula to find the number of lines will be 7n plus 1. So 7n plus 1 is equal to 148. And we're using this so we can find for n, and then we can use that to find for the number of dots. So this will be 7n is equal to, so this is adding, take double subtract. 148 subtract 1 will be 147. And 147 divided by 7 will give me 21. So n is equal to 21. So because n is equal to 21, I can use that to find for the number of dots. So number of dots would be 3n plus 2. So this will be 3 multiplied by 21 plus 2. So 3 times 21 will be 63 plus 2 would be 65. So the number of dots would be 65. So therefore, the number of dots in this diagram is 65. And with that, this has brought me to the end of this video, in which I looked at some patterns and sequences. So I want you to keep practicing so that you can get the hang of this. It's very simple. So I'll see you in the next video. Keep practicing and take care.